pageant coming up real quickly.
Okay.
I got to get your mom and dad involved. Got to get them to sign the paperwork for the pageant. We got to get you start training.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
My dad is not, I don't know about the
Your dad?
My dad.
Dads are afraid in general of their daughters having sex. Okay? One. Number two, they're worried about her being too sexy, too grown, too soon. I mean, I know what dads are thinking because dads were those dudes.
He's just very conservative. He's a preacher. Yeah, he's a preacher.
Hey guys, Kelly Nealon here for Click on This. I am here with Kim Gravel.
Hello.
And she is the star of Lifetime's hit show, Kim of Queens.
Kim of Queens.
So tell me a little about the show for maybe some people who have not seen it.
Well, since we're in New York, I just want to preface and say it's not Queens, New York, although I do love Queens, New York. Kim of Queens is I have a pageant coaching business and a life coaching business with young girls. And we try to train them up in the way that they should go, meaning we try to help them build their confidence and kind of develop their purpose, kind of develop their path in life.
And I think that's the coolest thing about your show that separates you from some of the other pageant shows out there is you focus on the girls or the people that you're teaching, and you say something along the lines of, I don't want them to be pageant queens, I want them to be leaders.
I do. I want to see young girls I want to have a female president in my lifetime. I want to see girls CEOs of businesses, great stay-at-home moms, whatever their call and their passion is in life, I want to help them develop that, because in today's world with media and social media and everything is instant gratification, and they just don't have the tools, the life skills to really go on and accomplish these pie-in-the-sky dreams that they have. Everybody, I want to be a model. I want to be a talk show host. Well, they have no clue how to get there. Right. And it's such hard work and determination. If I get them young, right? If I can get them 11, 12, 13, and start instilling these life lessons in them, there's no telling what can happen. You know, because somebody did that for me growing up. So it's like I'm paying it forward.
Well, what was it like for you growing up then, getting into, were you always glamorous?
Oh my God, girl, I was so ugly. I know it's hard to believe, but I was
wake up like this.
I know.
Maybe she does.
No, I do not. And for me, I was an ugly duckling, but it really made me dig deep and build my brain and my talents and my giftings, and I didn't focus on what I looked like. Now, as I got older, and you know how we do, we start realizing, oh my gosh, we've got all this, what am I going to do with it? I developed that skill too, because I've been in the makeup business forever. We have a makeup line. So, I mean, the beauty business is definitely our business. But beauty, I say, this is my motto, I build beauty from the outside in. So I take a young girl who might physically be lacking in beauty, but I see something in her, right? And who doesn't want somebody to see something in them? I see something in her, and I give her a makeover outside, but yet as I'm going, I peel back the onion,
How do you do that with so much influence on what you're looking like in, magazines, TV? How can you really sit down with somebody and say, let's just strip that away and get on the inside? Because
people, it's needed. Okay, people are hungry to know what they're here for.
I think that's great. And like I said, I saw a couple of your episodes, and you have such a gift.
Well, thank
with and maybe it goes back to your life coaching, or you're certified in that. But it's really a beautiful thing, and it does make your show so much different. How do you want your show to be different than something else that's on TV?
Well, the great thing about Lifetime and our production company, Relativity, is they want the show to be organically what it is. So whether most reality shows are drama, my producers and the people that work on our show just say, Kim, be you. Wow. Do you, and which is really what I tell my girls. So it's like one big, happy family. It's inspiring. It's funny. I do work with my mom and sister, so
they are a hoot.
I'm just gonna do like this. A hoot is a real decent word. I mean, my sister is just redneck, a little bit white trash. Just enough to make it good.
Do you recommend working with your family?
No, do not. Don't work with family. Love them, but don't work with them.
So one of the things that you say on the show is to stay polished or be polished. What does that mean?
keep it classy. I always tell people to never go to the lowest common denominator, okay? Which is a naked picture of yourself, texting somebody, being provocative, and really dumbing yourself down to make it. Because every girl that comes across my door is trying to get somewhere. They're trying to make it. They're trying to be somebody, trying to be in Hollywood. I want to be an actress. I want to be a fashion designer. And a lot of times we take the easy way out. You know, and I'm preaching to the choir here. A lot of times these girls take the easy way out. And I'm telling you, don't do that. Do the work. Dig it out, grit it out, pay your dues, take the time to learn and build a foundation. Get an agent. Don't just pack your bags and go to Hollywood and take a naked picture, okay? Get an agent. Be up on your game. Know your craft. Decide if you even want to do it. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't love interviewing me, you wouldn't do this, right?
Totally.
So do it to find out if you love to do it.
So we've got a lot of young girls, especially, and kind of like you said, taking naked pictures.
I can't stand
Don't
that.
do that.
Don't dumb
guys.
yourself down.
How hard of a shell do you have to get into this industry? Whether you're standing on stage doing a pageant or whether we're doing an interview or modeling, and how do you approach that with some of these girls?
Well, the way I teach my girls is very unorthodox, and sometimes it scares the moms, but I try to get raw and real with people. I say to be in this business, the entertainment business, which is everywhere now. You can be a online star. There's so many ways to acquire fame in this business. Fame is not real, for number one. That's a whole nother show. We'll have to talk about that later. You got to grow a set of balls. Now, I know that is harsh and that sounds kind of nasty to some people, but you got to have some crawl. You got to have you got to just dig down, and you got to get a backbone. You got to gird your loins to be in this business. It's a tough business, right. And if you don't know who you are and you don't know what you stand for and you don't have a foundation, you will fail.
So do you think it's a good idea for younger boys and girls to just jump into it? Or do you think they need to maybe develop skills or educate themselves? We've touched on this before.
I've known 40-year-old infants. Okay, so I've known 40-year-old people who shouldn't be in this business. I'm not going to put an age range on it. I'm just going to say to you, you've got to have practical life experience and really know what you stand for and who you are and why you're put on this earth. You need to know your purpose. If you know that, then everything will come to you.
And a lot of the girls that you're working with, what are they coming in there thinking is going to happen?
They think they're going to come in and win Miss America. They walk out leaving knowing who they are.
And going in thinking they're going to win Miss America, what does that mean to them?
Well, the odds are very slim because there's only one a year. And so everybody can't win. But I always say this, losing Miss America taught me more than winning Miss Georgia. So they come in thinking one way and they go out having a sense of, well, I don't really want to be Miss America, or I really want to do this. I mean, I had a race car driver. I had a girl that was coming in to do a pageant made her a better race car driver because it wasn't about winning the pageant. It was the process. Okay. So I would say, pageants are just my backdrop to do my thing, which is build people.
And you mentioned something about moms before.
Oh, God.
What are the moms like? Are they really stage moms? Are they sitting in the back? What are they like?
Most moms are a brick short of a load. And
what does that mean to a northerner?
It means like they have dumb moments. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. And I have 2 children, so again, I can relate. It's hard to detach yourself from your child because these moms want A, what they never had, or B, they're living through them. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just reality. So for me, the moms can be a stumbling block because I'll give you an example. I'm going to make this child do something that's really tough. Maybe it's a hard exercise or it's some work that they need to do. I made them go out and stay and talk to strangers on the street and start a conversation. Some of the moms are like, we can't do that. I said, and they want to protect them. They want to keep them in the shell. And for me, I'm trying to break the shell and expose them a little bit more in the right way. So the moms can be a stumbling block there.
Is that scary for the moms to let you take over the child's life for however much time you have them for?
Yeah, and sometimes I try to take over the mom's life too. So, I think we're all learning. On this show, we're all learning and growing.
And what age ranges do you work with?
12 on up.
12 on up. I still got a chance. I'm just kidding.
How old are you?
29.
Oh, girl, you're a baby. Come see me, girl.
I saw some of the, I think they were all sitting down, you're talking to them, and you're like, you guys got to do this. And and you're very nice. helpful way.
You know, I get a little preachy, but I'm passionate. And, you know, I'm very fortunate to be able to do what I'm passionate about. Very few people can say that in this life. So find what you're passionate about doing and do the thing.
What are we going to see you doing in maybe 5-10 years?
Oh, gosh, I would love to have a talk show.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love to talk.
In Hoboken?
Oh, my gosh, that would die. I love Jersey. Shout out to my Jersey peeps. You know, who knows? I'm open. I never thought at 42 I would be, you know, having this platform, but, you know, I'm right where I need to be.
I think you're doing a great job. Let's talk about some of your other ventures that you've got going on. You have a cosmetic line out.
I do. It's called Hardy Girl Cosmetics, and it's a wonderful. We have great shades. It's very neutral for the everyday girl and everyday woman. We love it. I wear it. So,
how did you get into that?
I never found the colors that I wanted, so I said, well, heck, I'm just going to go make it. I'm very entrepreneurial. That's a thing I love to foster in young people, too. In the day of being able to retire in business and have a retirement fund, that's over. That happened with my daddy and your daddy, probably, and our parents. So I try to foster a lot of, you know, I give life to dreams. So that's why I did my own cosmetic line.
And people can find that on your website, correct?
Oh, yes, KimGravel.com, HardyGirl.com.
And you've got a couple other business ventures. I saw clothing, the life coaching, pageants. What else have you got?
Our business is Hardy Girl Incorporated, and so it's production, it's makeup, it's clothing, it's accessories, it's life coaching. We do it all.
And you have 2 little boys, right?
Ew.
What do they think of all this?
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't give a rip.
Do you ever try to like run after them with like a curling iron and maybe like?
My boys are all boys, and not that I'd love them either way, but they are all boys and they are unaffected, and they just want to know when I'm going to cook dinner.
What do you cook for dinner?
Oh, collard greens, mashed potatoes, fried chicken,
The good Southern.
pecan pie.
Oh my gosh.
Can't you tell?
So what's your food choice up here in New York?
Oh my gosh, the pizza, the thin crust, normal, like real New York pizza. I'm dying.
Have you had it?
Every day.
Where are you going?
Oh God, it's just a hole in the wall places. Everybody say, go down here to, this place. That's where we've gone, and it's just the best pizza I've ever eaten.
Have you tried any of the southern places that are around here?
No. You know what? I was on this one show today, and there was a guy cooking collard greens. I thought, come on.
What do you mean? Why? Why are you giving that face?
I'm not so. Do you think somebody from New York can cook collard greens?
Maybe if they're from down south.
Yeah, but it was just funny. I come to New York and somebody's cooking collard greens.
Right.
I thought,
It's like when we go somewhere and it's like New York style pizza. What?
Oh my gosh, girl, y'all's pizza.
You really love it that much. What about Chicago?
Not the same.
Really?
I like thin crust though.
All right. So what else have we got going on coming out?
We're taping, we're finishing up the first season of this show, season 1, and we're casting for season 2. So any young girls that would like to be on Kim of Queens, you need to go to Lifetime and check that out.
What do you look for in the cast that you bring in?
I'm looking for that something.
What is it?
It doesn't necessarily have to be beauty. It could be a great story. It could be a great talent. I had one girl, one of my favorites that was on the first season was named Exquisite. And she was an African-American girl, a size 14, brilliant. And she just inspired me because she's such an avid reader and she was just so smart. I'm looking for something unique. I'm looking for something different. I'm looking for the it factor when the girls might not even know they have the it factor.
So do you get a choice in who comes on the show?
I do. I really am involved. I see a lot of people and I can see people in the mall and say you should go and apply, and they'll apply. And it's funny how it's almost like serendipity. It's meant to be. You know, the girls that come see me, it's just meant to be. And it all unfolds on the show too.
Do you feel any responsibility now that this first season's wrapped and moving forward? What feedback are you getting, and do you feel responsible for sending a message maybe?
I do, and I have to say I'm so very. Honestly, I'm going to get choked up.
Go ahead. We're a choke up kind of show.
I'm telling you, I'm so proud of the show. I'm overwhelmed at the positive feedback we're getting in a world that is so angry and so tear you down. Yeah. We are really, the floodgates have just opened for the show. Young girls, moms, drag queens, Black, white, gay, straight, young, old. I mean, so many people are connecting with the show, and I truly know that it's the message. I'm the messenger, sure, but it is a message that's needed, and I'm proud of it. I mean, I cannot believe I'm saying I'm proud of doing a reality show, but I am, and I'm proud of Lifetime and Relativity for putting it out. Bravo to them.
So going into, I mean, like I said, this is so much more than pageants. You really, you help these girls, and you help, like you said, make them beautiful from the inside out. What do you think what sort of misconceptions do you think people have about the pageant world?
That it's superficial, and it is. You know, I think a lot of the misconceptions that people have aren't misconceptions at all. I think the reality of pageantry is vanity and is beauty, and a stereotypical beauty at that. I was never that girl, so it worked for me. So that's just what I know. It's like I went to Fashion Week, and I've gone to a lot of fashion shows. Just fantastic artistry. It just inspired me. And you would think, well, that would be a little bit of a seedy business. And I'm sure it is to some degree, but all I saw was the artfulness and the beauty that it represented, and the fashion things that I want to wear. But I can't, because I'm not size 2, but we'll pray about that.
We're going to change that.
We're going to change that. But same with pageantry. There's so much more than meets the eye. You know, a lot of it's building education, scholarship, and does build self-confidence.
And are you really involved in social media? Where can everybody see you and find you?
Girl, I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook.
Oh,
you can go to @Kim_Gravel, Gravel, to find me on Twitter. I'm on Facebook, Kim Gravel on Facebook. I'm accessible, people. I get around.
And the new season's coming out when?
Probably this summer. I mean, we're in the middle of season 1 now, so we go through March, and then hiatus to tape, and then roll it back out in summer.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy your time here in New York.
Pizza, people.
And everyone else, keep watching Click on This, and you know where to find her, because she is accessible. Bye, guys.
Most of the time when these girls and when anybody has this kind of little attitude, this is silly or I know a little bit more than you, 9 times out of 10 is because they're scared to death to be open, real, and transparent. And sometimes with these kids, you just got to show them. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but toot toot, okay? A wretch, like me. When you can get control like that is when you can stop dancing like a monkey.